Hello friends, and welcome back for episode 53 of our Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. I hope you're all doing well today, because today we will be exploring a new theme in my life, which is, why does RNG hate me so much, and what can I do about it? And the answer is, I can't do anything about it. But the reason that we'll be exploring this theme is, well, you can see, I'm paused in a very odd place. This is not my home. Well, it might be my home someday if I want to farm this freaking event. But we've got a probe. And it showed up in like 1 minute of me being here off camera. So I decided, let's just freaking roll with it. I'm so tired of playing around this freaking game with UFOs. Let's just celebrate our Independence Day. See me, probe. No, don't. Oh, dragon. No dragon. Dragon, no. How do I need to escape and immediately de-res the dragon. Where is it? I'm trying to look really, really fast before it kills it. It's so close and I can't see the buffs. Undo all the buffs I can find. There it is. Got him. The Martians are evading. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, that really gave me a little panic attack already. So, I was picking up all the lizard bricks. I was going to move them into space, because I thought, what's cooler than lizards in space? And also then I get my ocean back and not have araparmas or whatever in them. So, that's what I was doing. I didn't take very long, though, before that wasn't a thing. Anyway, the Martian madness has begun again. And it's been a long time coming, as I'm sure you all know. Let us rebuff, and we can finally take on some freaking UFOs, and hopefully we get the cosmic car keys, which was the point of this whole thing in the first place. It's gonna be a little loud. I mean, this is how Martians are. Kind of a rowdy bunch. I thought I knocked, like, a cloud out of that guy. That would be a whole new type of Martian. So, let's maybe hang out towards the top of our house. I have one little thing that I want to do to try and make this maybe a bit more accessible. If this laser could please leave me alone, that'd be great. Well, the two options are either, like, cut a hole in the side of the house and then I can run the yo-yo outside, or I could just kind of, like, stand here and do this, and the UFO will probably just die anyway, so we'll probably just do that. It's really not that hard. So this is most likely not even going to be worth us discussing. This is probably going to be a very easy event now. Provided the UFO does show up, we should be on the right track, so I don't think we need to really dwell on it. It was just getting the freaking thing to spawn. That was, for some reason, very difficult for me. I should have gone with the approach of just summoning it off camera in the first place. It would have been so much faster, I'm sure. Or, well, faster for you guys, less arduous, less watching nothing, which is, you know, I endeavor to try to not let you watch nothing as much as possible, but I fill in the nothing with random ramblings and such. And on that topic, you guys had some really great comments for me yesterday after our discussion of dissonance, however fragmented my way of breaking into that topic might have been. It was very cool to see that there was actually somebody in the comments that kind of had a little gestalt about the whole thing, and it was like, well, I didn't think this applied to me until I kind of, like, was more introspective, and then I realized it did. And actually, this is a topic that maybe applies to most people in a way, one way or the other. So it was really cool to see people's different schools of thought on where they draw the line personally on what can be art and what is unpalatable to them. The element of subjectivity in general was a very enjoyable discussion to have, and I think it's a discussion that I will be having for the rest of my life on and off for various reasons. So, nothing new there. Alright, freaking first drop. What do you want? What do you want from me, game? RNG giveth, RNG taketh away. Today, RNG giveth. This is retribution for yesterday's scandalous events that you guys are not even necessarily appraised of. I don't mean to keep harping on this freaking topic, but I was playing some more freaking Lost runs last night. And wouldn't you know it, I had the dream run that every Lost run wishes it could be. And I think there's, like, other drops from this too, so I might as well kill it more times. So I had a 9 lives Guppy's Collar Lost run. It may not have had fantastic damage, but it was like, alright, I could probably die, like, 15 times, potentially. And hopefully everything will be fine. You know what happened in that run? I got telepills on, like, Caves 1 or whatever it was. I don't remember if Caves or the alternative. And I ended up freaking telepillsing by accident. Of course, I didn't know it was a telepills when I used it. It put me in the curse room. Oh my god, another freaking drop of it. Two cosmic car keys. I'll show you what it does afterward. Don't worry. We'll probably even use it. So, you'd probably say, well, that's not a big deal. Why don't you just freaking walk out of the door like you always do when you get a Lost run with the curse room, because you can use the Lost to actually, with 9 lives, I mean, you can use 9 lives to go in and out of those curse rooms, and provided you do it right, you can actually walk back out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I tried very hard to do this properly. When I walked out of the room, because I had used telepills, it assumes that the last adjacent room that you're in, it was the room that you're in right now. So instead of, when you die, it moves you to the last place you were. Since I use telepills, it gets confused, and it blanks out the last room, leaves me where I was. So I used up all my 9 lives, and then Guppy's Collar didn't even proc once. So I basically burned through all my lives in one room because of freaking RNG! Just because of that. I also had multiple stopwatch runs. Oh, we got a anti-gravity hook. That's pretty sweet. Multiple stopwatch runs. Died to stupid crap, like hands dropping on me or something. Wait, no, one of them was, I think it was a peep room, and something like bounced off of something else. I think I tried to use a bomb and it like bounced some way weird and then ended up blowing up a mushroom, which then in turn caused me to get damage from the gas from the mushroom. It was just ridiculous. Oh, we got a laser drill, another cool thing. Oh, we're just churning through these UFOs like nobody's business right now. I had, let's see if I can remember, the Mulligan, Synth Oil, and there was one more really good. I tweeted all of these because I was just vicariously tweeting everything that I felt. That's not the right way to use that word. But I was just precariously tweeting everything that was going on in my Isaac runs for the night. So I didn't feel like talking or streaming. I just wanted to play and see if I could get anywhere with it. And I kept getting really good runs. I just couldn't make anything happen. It's so frustrating. I had like Death's Touch, one of them, really, really high damage. It just all fell apart. What is that? Is that another laser drill? Yeah, it is. Look at these items. Anti-gravity hook, Martian uniform, laser drill. I should really have checked to see how many of these there are. Maybe I've gotten most of them already. But no harm in doing it again a few times. These UFOs are not anything. Remember when these wrecked me every single time? Anyway, to end the discussion about me complaining about playing as the Lost, I'm aware that they're going to patch it for Afterbirth, and you're going to have Spectral Tears, and you're going to have a D4 to reroll your items. That's going to help a lot. And I resorted to using, you know, scummery tactics and just holding R until I got an okay starting position. It's just every time I tried it, some stupid thing would happen. It's going to take a lot more practice, isn't it? I thought I was good enough. Maybe I'm still not. Ooh, another new weapon. It's Popper. It's like something you get with your pizza. Your Martian pizza. But yeah, I wanted to actually get the Lost thing done now instead of waiting for that. Not that it'll make anything easier to do it now, obviously. But I just felt like, hey, it's a challenge that lots of my friends have gotten through. Why can't I do it? I think I am capable of doing it. I think I just need to be fully awake for one, and then also have the perfect storm of not every nightmarish, hellish, freaking possible thing that could happen happens. Oh, the one, when I lost the Death's Touch run, it was from, I was on a dark floor, and I had 4 times Mullabooms in a room full of fire. All the Mullabooms rushed into fire, and then exploded, shooting 4 times bullets in every direction off of each of the individual Mullabooms. They were like all champions. I could hardly see what was going on. It all happened within an instant. I couldn't even react, and I was already dead. So, Death's Touch or not, I didn't really get a chance to make any real significant impact in that room. It's a real downer. And, yeah, I eventually kind of had my spirit broken a bit from that. I'm sure people who have played Lost runs hundreds of times can probably attest. I've probably got something like a negative 100 streak right now. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was even higher than that, into the negatives, but these are the torturous things we do to ourselves for the sake of pseudo-accomplishment, even though I understand there is no actual reward to this other than my own self-satisfaction and a little achievement that goes by my name and then a title screen that's slightly different. It really doesn't matter at all. But this is the life that we lead. I just want to be accepted in the Isaac community. One day, guys, one day. I'll stream more of it at some point, too, probably, if I feel so inclined. You gotta be in the right mood to talk. I mean, I talked about this ad nauseum, I'm sure, already. Oh, another new weapon. The fact that, even, you know, streamers that have been doing this for a while, we don't always feel in the mood to be social. I mean, maybe that's not a thing for everybody, but it certainly is a thing for me. I mean, I have social anxiety issues, which I imagine contribute to that feeling on occasion, but other days I think it's just because I'm sort of an introvert and I don't feel like actually speaking my mind. Which I know flies directly in the face of everything I do, but sometimes I don't feel like going outside. Sometimes I don't want to go to the store to get food because reasons. I know, it's weird, but it's me, so... Thankfully, I don't have to worry too much when I play Terraria, because it all just kind of, it's like a free-form, free association time that I can go through. Alright, so we did, like, all the things we needed to do with the UFO event, so I think that's done forever now. I should look on the wiki and make sure that I got all the stuff I needed, but let's go ahead and check out the Cosmic Car Key. We're gonna summon up a UFO. We can now fly forever, and that's great. And it's lovely and themed, and it fits into my worldview, which is extraterrestrials running over pedestrians in a spaceship. Never mind. That's Eminem. Okay, that's not even funny. Let's put on the laser drill and see what that looks like. Oh, it's like we're playing Starbound. Makes a little grindy sound once. That's okay. I guess it has pretty good range, so that's good. That's like the one downside, actually, to using the mole claws that I use right now, is just the range sucks. I know the range is a lot better on like every other tool that I could get at this stage in the game, and if I killed the Moonlord a couple more times, like, I'll just go ahead and make all the pickaxes because it doesn't matter at all. What is this? 51 range damage on the Xenopopper. Let's try this out. Well, that's strange. It shoots little bubbles that then target wherever my cursor is? Is that what it is? Alright, so I'm going to put the bubbles here and then target this torch. I think that's what happens, and then if I want to target down... Yeah, it's just, it goes to where the cursor is, so it actually lets you dynamically move and change everything as you're playing. That's kind of interesting. I wish it was maybe a little bit more showy, though. Like, the bullets are really kind of hard to see. It doesn't seem to use any ammo, though, which is interesting. And it's 51, which is not awful, but it's also not great. I also need to reforge it, obviously, because that's not going to get the job done, but... Alright. It's more interesting than I would have given it credit for. I didn't expect that I would maybe find that to be as cool as it is. Let's try the anti-gravity hook, which I imagine could not be as good as the lunar hook, just by virtue of it being lower in the tiers. It might look great. Oh, wait, what does this do? Oh, that's really odd. It just lets me kind of hover. And I can have 3 of those at once. So I can, like, combine... Oh, wait, no, I can't grapple and also UFO at the same time. What this does free me up to do if I really wanted to is, if I really, really was in the mood to, I could actually just ditch my wings, free up an accessory slot, and then we could get, like, some more, I don't know, something that complements the other tools here. Like, I could have the yo-yo bag going on, and then, well, I don't think I can actually... Can I use... Oh, I can use weapons on this mount. Right, okay, so I'm thinking of... What am I thinking of? Something else. I thought mounts didn't let you use weapons. No, this seems to be fine. Oh, I'm thinking of the excavator thing that I'm going to try and build soon. The big circle that shoots lasers at everything. It's like a digging tool. Right, so, okay, so yeah, this is viable, actually. What else? Did I get any other ones? Oh yeah, the electrosphere launcher. Let's try this out. Oh, this requires ammo. I assume... Just bullets? I have an endless musket pouch, so it must need rockets then. Let's check it out. I want to see what this is all about. Ammo, flares, seeds, spiky ball. There's the rockets. We'll see if this is even the right thing. Yep. Oh, weird. Alright, that's pretty cool. I bet that'll decimate whatever I shoot that at. Poor squirrel. I'm sorry. And then it keeps a little glowy light going on for a while. That's kind of neat. I get into that. Certainly not going to use it, but I like that it's there. That's pretty cool, right? Alright, let's do our quick stack. Could have been worse. I think I'm actually going to roll with the lunar hook, by the way, or the anti-gravity hook instead of the lunar hook. I don't really get what the positive is to this one. I mean, it looks cool. It's got the 4 different themed pillared things going on, but, like, doesn't really help me in a significant way. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to drop off a few items here. I don't have any strange plants today, I hate to say. But hopefully you'll forgive me. And I guess this brings the end to our rideable unicorn mount. You know, I'm sure some of you appreciated the mount. I thought it was pretty cool myself. But I think the new one we got is a lot more useful and viable for just about every reason. So we're going to drop off this pick saw again, because I don't need this right now. The goal, again, was I was going to set up lizard blocks in space and then use the solar tablet, but everything just kind of fell apart before I got a chance to. And by fell apart, I mean completely came together, so the exact opposite of what I was trying to say is what I was trying to mean. This is a thing with me. Occasionally I say exactly the opposite of what I want to drag. Makes talking to me very complicated sometimes, I imagine. We're going to put back our solar tablets, because I don't want those right now. And drop off my extra anti-gravity hook. Have you guys gotten a chance to go through and look at that freaking PDF thing that I linked, that spreadsheet with all of the items to collect? Because it is so excessive. I haven't gone through and started to, like, click off the ones that I've picked up, but I imagine when I do, it will trigger some sort of newfound helpless and hopelessness in me that I've never had before to the degree that I think it will cause. So be prepared for that. I might go through some rough mood swings when I realize how far away my goals are. Let's maybe sell off a couple of these laser drills, see if they're worth anything. Also, I should probably rest in this bed, because I don't think I've done that in ages. Hey, Ralph! Ralph, I got some laser drills for you. Are you excited? Yeah, 10 gold? I'm down. Let's do some 10 gold. Xenopoppers, 10, Electrosphere. I'm not selling them, but just in case I want to farm this event, maybe I could get quite a bit of stuff out of it. I have to imagine also that the car keys that I just picked up are also worth quite a bit. So the laser drill counts as melee damage, but it's really more about it being a pickaxe and an axe. It's also huge range. I don't know where this should go. Maybe we'll put it in old gear for now until I come up with a better solution. Xenopopper makes it easy. I mean, I know this is range, this is also range, so no problems there. Vanity is just about out of slots. Oh, we've actually got all the Martian gear already. And it tried to overstack it for me, which is fine. Martian costume. Okay, this is different, so let's switch these out. I don't have a full ninja set either, so I've got to farm up some King Slime, see if I can get that to happen. We can sell off these. I imagine they're probably worth nothing because game reasons. And we've got a few more banners to add to the pile. And we've got one more set of banners still coming in the form of the Frost Moon, which I'm thinking we'll do in a few moments. Look, another chest is filled. We're going to use up this whole chest, and I'm going to have to move the gravestone somewhere else entirely. So we're going to have banners 1, 2, 3. Statues is full. And paintings is not full, but it will be full. In fact, it will be overflowing. Okay, yeah, this row right here is the biggest problem that I've got when it comes to sorting out inventory stuff. Maybe what I can do is move gravestones down to, like, over here somewhere. That'll only get me one chest, though. Never mind, I gotta work on this in my off time. Alright, 1 gold. Alright, it's better than nothing. I expected no value. And we've also got to figure out what I need to do to make the Frost Moon gear summon item. I think it involves ectoplasm. And that's all I remember, actually. But if I know one item, then I can actually bring it to our crafty dude, and he'll help solve the problem for us. Let's take our Xenopoppers 51. That's going to slot in lovely right next to the Stinger. I will name you Victor. And we've got Electrosphere Launcher 45. I can dig it. Perfect. Everything's put away, everything in its place. That's what I like to see. Grab out some of that ectoplasm. I imagine it's probably like 15, although I don't remember. Crafting, drag it over. Hey, there it is. Oh, inspector bars. We got to make a ton of those too. I haven't done that yet. So we need... Oh, it's only 5, so that's good. We need Souls of Fright, 5 of those, and 20 silk. I've got more than enough silk. But how many Souls of Fright do I have? I might have to farm up some hard mode bosses again. Souls of Fright. Alright, we've got enough to go around for the moment. And then some silk. Looking good. Let's craft it up. Naughty present. And what time is it right now? 8:30? You know, that's just fine. Let's summon it. Let's do it right now. Let's go. Are you ready to rumble? We've got a lot of new drops to pick up off of this event, so let's wish for good fortune and luck. Get our dragon going, and also... Wait, summon these guys so that way they can do some killing for me while I go re-up my buffs. Beautiful. So some of you may have seen me tweeting. There's one thing that really grinds my gears, as they say, and it is, I live in sort of a touristy town, and I have to drive pretty much everywhere. Like, I can't really walk to any local shops, so I've got to, like, go about 12 minutes away to go get food and such. So I've got to pass through this place all the time. And the tourists, like, I don't know what it is. People, when they come to a different place that they don't seem to live in, they ignore all rules and logic about, like, conventional wisdom. For some reason, they think it's fine to just, like, walk in the street everywhere and, like, there's a sidewalk and they just choose not to walk on the sidewalk. I think that's illegal. I mean, in most places that people care about the law, I would say people would get in trouble for that, but here, it's just a free-for-all. Everybody just walks around in the street all the damn time. And it just drives me nuts because there's traffic jams, because people are trying to wait for people to get out of the road when they could just be walking on the sidewalk. It's like complete and total narcissism, where everyone just expects the world stops when they're not, like, in it or something. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're actually taking quite a bit of damage that I didn't expect. Let's get back over to where our turrets are, because I'm costing myself a lot of harm and trouble here. Could also be killing things faster. And yes, I believe we do have the same kind of constraints that we had with the Pumpkin Moon on this moon, where if we don't get everything done that we want to get done in the right amount of time, I believe it will despawn. What is happening? The nurse is... No, not the nurse. This guy up here is... Oh, like a present mimic is teleporting back and forth. Weird. I kind of forgot that enemy stuff could do that too. I thought it was only NPCs and me. Isn't there a way that you can set that up? There's like a... Maybe if I use a lever, actually, would probably be how it works. Is there a pressure plate that only friendlies can use? I feel like that's a thing that I've read about before used, even. We're gonna put up these guys again. I know I could be using my yo-yo. I should probably switch out my yo-yo bag and boots again. My DPS should go through the freaking roof at this point, and I should be able to kill everything in, like, 3 hits. At most. Maybe not like the Santa Clauses, but everything else should be fine. We'll just pop up here, grab a few hearts. No, I didn't quite do that right. I want to go through there. Thank you. Hearts, please respawn faster. I know there's like some kind of entity cap, which is probably causing me trouble here. Alright, Santa, you're going down, buddy. This has to be a reference to the Mutoid Man, right? From Smash TV? When his face melts off like that? If that's the reference they're making, then, like, bravo, because that's an awesome reference to make. Reminds me of a couple of older games that had a similar style. One that I really liked on the PS1 that I feel like got very little attention was called Project Overkill. It was like an isometric, I want to say tactical shooter, but it really wasn't. It was more just action shooter. And you just basically go everywhere and shoot everything, and it had another kind of a vibe to maybe more of like a sci-fi-oriented Loaded, which, if I went back to Loaded, I imagine I probably wouldn't find it very fun to this day. But at the time when the PS1 was new, it was a mind-bending experience, considering it was so freaking violent, and it was just super over-the-top. Like, everything splattered when you shot it. It had very ridiculous characters, and the whole experience, for whatever reason, I found to be reasonably enjoyable, even though the actual gameplay loop that you played with from moment to moment was probably fairly mundane. I mean, it was just clear the room, shoot all the things, sometimes use a special, sometimes find a key card. You just play as, like, someone who lost their mind in an asylum and, like, shoot everybody. I don't know where these people got, like, I was struggling to come up with which word to use to call them inmates or mental health patients or what, but, like, where did they get all these weapons? I want... No hearts over there. I could always heal up if I need to pop by the nurse, I imagine. We're at wave 10 of the Frost Moon, so we're not doing terribly badly. Here we go. This is the Ice Queen. She's the one that actually has the real drops. As with the Pumpkin Moon, we want to make it nice and far, because the higher we make it into the waves, the higher chance we get of good drops. I don't know if it works like it did in Expert Mode, that it's like exponentially higher number of drops when you get into like wave 12, 13, or 14. But it seems like it's a better chance, at the very least. I really like this move that the Ice Queen is doing, where you just kind of like stay still and take all the damage. That's great. Keep doing that. Did it not drop anything? I guess that's an option. We're going to need to re-up on all of our turrets. There we go. I'll just, like, tank some hits from the Ice Queen, no big deal. In our youth, as a Terraria player, I would say that this would have been a very detrimental plan that I'm executing right now. If I would have stood still mostly while the Ice Queen just beats me up. Probably not a lot of good would come of that. Now it seems like everything's going pretty much fine. We're at 12:12 a.m., which means we've got a few more hours to go. Or at least a couple, right? I still can't remember ever when it officially changes from night to day. It might be like 4:30 a.m. Oh, right, I forgot I've got the set bonus from this gear that lets me just kind of like bounce around really quickly if I double tap. It's actually like a really useful thing to have. And in Expert Mode, Austin and I were like super into the Cthulhu Shield, or is that what it's called? The one that lets you dash like that. And we kept it on like way deep into the game because of the mobility bonus that it gave. Maybe we could get like 1 or 2 more in. Wave 12. I'd like to make it to wave 15, but my damage output is actually a little slower than I'd like still. And the Ice Queen is not hanging out where I want her to. If you could be, yeah, just a bit slower, we could get the damage ticks in there. I maybe should desummon the dragon. I know it's probably costing me a little damage. I could be doing myself instead of letting the dragon take it up. Oh well, what can you do? Have I gotten, like, any drops? I got an elf hat and a zombie elf banner. That is a lot worse than I expected. We got a bunch of money out of it, though, so that's pretty good. We're at almost 50 gold. Can't completely complain about that. The music is very festive. I don't know if it's as loud as maybe it needs to be to get the point across, but definitely themed. I'm a little jealous that the mobile games get like a Thanksgiving and Easter event as well, with bosses and everything associated with them. I understand they wanted exclusive content for those, and I also understand there's licensing reasons that they can't share content between the 2 games. That just sucks, though. Like, I really wish we could just have the definitive version here on PC. Like, I want to say, like, the PC Master Race intended, but I really don't want to go down that freaking circle jerk path. I understand there is a completely valid reason for people to have exclusives on other consoles or other platforms. It's just, I don't know, some sort of pseudo-elitism, I guess, that's like, no, why can't we just have the good version? Everything starts on PC, why can't we have it end on PC too, you know? It's not that simple. Nothing's ever as simple as it ever sounds. Oh, we got a North Pole. That's actually a pretty good drop. That's possibly one of the best ones. It's an icy spear that rains snowflakes. I remember everybody telling me, like, if I do this event early on... Oh, I think that's the end. If I do this event early on, it's a very high chance that if I get this, I'll be able to very quickly complete the event later. The amount of drops we got from this particular situation, though, illogically low, I would say. But yeah, this is pretty cool looking. I don't know how helpful it's going to be now, but, like, the effect on it is pretty sweet. Down for that. All in all, I'd say we had a very useful and helpful episode. Also, Scumbag Nick says use the UFO and then immediately doesn't do that. I am aware that I have done this. I said I was even going to maybe consider switching out the wings. I think that's, well... In my head, I say that's a great idea, and then when I actually get down to execution, I'm like, but I really like having mobility, though. And not having to hit R all the time. I don't know, I haven't decided. I'm sure you guys would tell me, though, to ditch the wings and get the accessories on track. What was I going to do? I was going to switch the yo-yo bag back out so I could run again. I really like how my necklace here, the Star Veil, shows up. What happens if I dye this blue, too? Does that actually change color, or does it stay? I like that I can see it. Maybe I could make it shiny or reflective gold dye. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. I didn't think that, like, those few pixels would actually show the color as well as they do. It's a very tiny little thing there. And what about if I did, like... Reflective, you won't probably see at all. Grim might be too subtle, but I'd like to see... Oh, it actually does turn a little red and kind of creepy. This is our Nick F's around with dyes portion of the episode, of course, because we've got to have one of those every time. Living rainbow dye. Oh, that's sweet! I knew it would do that, but for some reason in my head I didn't expect it to really do that. Alright. That's fantastic. I think I'll leave it that way. I love that it even continues to strobe through all the colors while we're in pause mode. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Maybe a bit of a shorter one. I'm aware of this. But I need to change gears. I need to actually farm through the pillars a couple more times, like I told you I was going to do 100 times and didn't. For the reason being that I want to get that excavator, and then we can go and start an expert world. Hopefully get some corruption, and then immediately drill straight to hell with it and see if we can make stuff happen. Start piling on the expert mode items and see where we reach our damaged limits and caps for efficacy in a much more scary and defiant world. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a like. I know maybe a little bit bereft of deep and intricate discussion on today's episode, but again, I really do value all the comments, and I do read every single one of them. So if you ever do leave a comment, know that I did read it, even if it's long, and I might not respond to them all, but I try to find spots to answer them in ways that make sense with the flow of the episode. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks again, guys. I will see you on the next one.